Estaré subiendo más contenido a este canal, pero deben de apoyarme. Suscríbanse en mi otro canal. Dejaré el link en la descripción.
The Duchess, Little Beaver, and Red Ryder, presented for your pleasure. Roll Thunder!
That's what I call real bull twanging, Little Beaver. After this, if you two don't get hitched Saturday, don't blame me for what happens. Little Beaver just put the old engine sign on you both if you don't go through with the wedding.
You mean you're forcing me to marry this handsome brute?
Why, you're so intent on becoming Mrs. Perry Cochran that a 12-horse rig couldn't stop you. But Duchess or no Duchess, Kathy, you better get back to town. We'll never get that license at all.
Perry's right, Red. As much as we wanted to see her aunt and thank her for all the trouble she's going to give us the wedding, it'll never take place without a license.
She'll be sorry she missed you. But you know her, once she gets to town, start shopping and talking.
But Red Ryder and me, we tell him Auntie Duchess to come here and wait. You betcha.
Well, come on, young lady. Well, fellas, next time you see me, I'll be all duded out in my best $30 bib and tucker. All ready to say I do.
We'll see you later. Know something, Little Beaver?
What?
Remember when Auntie Duchess started trying to promote Perry and Kathy into getting married? How I told her to stay out of other people's affairs? Well, I take that all back. Because if ever two nice people were intended for each other, it's them. You act as if you were hearing something.
Think of me here buckboard. No seem to come from road to town.
It's the Duchess. Has she ever got that buckboard loaded?
Well, she got him at buckboard.
Decorations, food, cider. Takes a lot when you give a whole wedding. What in the blade is she doing coming from town this way? Just where have you been, my dear aunt?
Checking up on you to see if you're doing your work like you should. My overgrown, long-legged, lazy nephew.
Doing what work?
What I told you to do this morning, that's what.
You mean putting the fence back up out where we got the haystack?
Yes, I mean putting the fence back up out where we got the hay stacked.
Well, so help me, Duchess. We put it back up the first thing after breakfast.
Oh? Then maybe you can explain how come it's down again.
Down again?
We do so put him fence back up. See? Me banging my finger.
If that fence is down again, I got a good idea who's doing it.
Our new neighbors? That fella just moved down here from, where was it now?
The Dakotas someplace. One of the boys in town told me his name is Bat Kilgore. I've got a hunch he's the one who's been cutting our wire and stealing our hay.
Auntie Duchess, remember? Me tell him you just last night. It looked like some of our hay being missing.
Duchess, have Buckskin rustle those packages in the house for you. I'm going out and put that fence back up and see that it stays.
You doggone well better if you don't want a lot of underfed cattle come spring. With hay what it costs, it's worth almost as much as them hungry cows. Well, get going. Don't waste so much time.
Roll Thunder!
We must live right, Bat. That old buzzard from next door never did spot us behind the hay.
I reckon we're mighty lucky, Prod. There's enough hay there to last us all winter. And it ain't gonna cost us 1 red cent. Who do you think you are, mister, throwing lead around like that?
I happen to be the fellow that owns this hay you've been helping yourself to.
Why, you've been chewing loco weed, mister. We seen that your fence was down. Mr. Kilgore thought it'd be the neighborly thing to put it back for you.
That's right.
I suppose you think I should be thanking you.
I don't need your thanks.
No, apparently all you need is my hay.
That little bit of hay, what's that mean, even though it is on my side? It's been real windy today. Real windy.
It has been very windy today. Since when do you put up a fence using wire cutters?
You aiming to call me a liar?
No, I wasn't aiming to. But if your conscience is hurting so much it makes the shoe pinch, I might change my mind. You're new around here, Kilgore, but you might as well learn this right now. My temper matches my hair. It gets red hot. I'm not going to have any brawls with you if I can help it, understand? We got law and order in Blanco Basin, so I'm going down to see the judge.
What?
Once I get a court order, if you ever as much as step 1 inch on my land, whatever happens to you will be real legal. Even your funeral. Thanks, little beaver.
If he sees that judge,
Let him see him. We got friends in town, too. Come on.
take the dirty hands off that horse!
Hey, don't I know you from someplace?
No. I never saw you before in my life.
I thought I knew you, Buster.
And I told you that
Never mind what you're telling me. I'm telling you, Jellybean.
Look, leave me alone, mister.
I'll leave you alone if you think you can. You're packing a gun, why don't you try using it? I'll even give you a first draw. Maybe next time I'll turn you over my knee and give you a spanking. Like I would any fresh kid.
Kilgore. You're really on the prod for trouble, aren't you?
Seems more like you are. That's what you want, I'm ready to oblige.
You'd better oblige the judge and keep away from my fences.
Why, you mealy-mouthed troublemaker. I don't need no paper to cut you down to size.
Be done in Blanco Basin, the sheriff will do it. All right, folks, you can go on home now. The show's over. Go on, move on. Mister, I'd advise you to get on your cayuse and get out of town. We don't like mischief makers around here. Same thing goes for you, redhead. Go on home and simmer down.
Whatever you say, Sheriff. What was this all about?
Nothing. It was all a mistake, Red.
Well, what I saw certainly saved me from making a mistake. And Red, you can tell your aunt I'm sorry for all the trouble I put her to. But there'll be no wedding, Saturday or any day, as far as Mr. Cochran is concerned.
Kathy, please, let's go someplace where we can talk.
There's nothing for us to talk about. Because whenever I get married, at least it will be to a real man.
Harry, if you'd...
Look, Red, will you do me a big fat favor and leave me alone? Stop!
Come on, little beaver. Think you were going tearing out of town heels over leather.
I told you to butt out of this, Red.
But I butted in, Perry, and I'm staying in. I'm not going to stand by and see you and Kathy busted up without a chance to explain things.
Explain? There's nothing to explain.
I figure there's a lot to explain sooner or later. I'm not even asking you what you were running away from. But I want to tell you this, fella. You can't run away from yourself.
That's what you think.
I think a lot of things, Perry. Right now, I'm thinking of asking you a favor. A mighty big one.
How do you mean, Red?
I was going to ask you when you got back from your honeymoon, but, well, since that's been postponed, let's say, there's no time like the present.
I don't get you, Red.
I've got a little job for you at our place. Now, don't go turning me down. I won't take no for an answer. Besides, it's a real favor.
I know I owe you a lot of favors, Red.
Then here's your chance to do one and pay them all back. What do you say?
Well, I wish you wouldn't put it on that basis, Red. How can I stay here the way Kathy feels about me? Everyone in town, for that matter.
The important thing, son, is how you feel about yourself. As far as I'm concerned, your staying here working for me will prove to them all you yourself aren't ashamed. What do you say, compadre? Have I ever steered you wrong?
Doggone your freckled, frazzled, frog-skin hide, Red. Can't you never think of me? How do you think I feel? The laughing stock of the whole town. Everyone coming to a wedding that ain't coming off.
Who said it isn't?
Why, you yourself told me what Kathy said to him in town.
All Kathy said was that if and when she ever did get married, it was going to be to a real man.
And Mr. Perry, he'd be plenty man. You betcha.
What? Backing down to that bull-headed, big-mouth, bushwhacking buzzard Kilgore, and little beaver, you keep out of this, do you hear?
Now, Duchess, it's late. I've got a whole night's work ahead of me.
Ding blast you, Red. Go down and tell Kathy she's throwing her life away.
Don't you mean your life, Duchess? Between the hay, fences, and Perry, my work's cut out for me. Kathy's your worry. Besides, you're in charge of the female department of this family.
Little beaver.
Yes, Auntie Duchess?
If the female department is mine, all right. I will do something about it. Go tell Buckskin to hitch my buckboard. We're going in and talk to Kathy like a Dutch uncle. Dutch aunt. I thought that nephew of mine was stubborn. But for a pretty gal, you sure take the cake. Cookies and championship.
Duchess, you're wasting your breath and your time. After what Perry Cochran put me through today, in front of the whole town, I couldn't stay here 5 minutes.
Well, maybe so, but don't do things because you're upset. Wait till tomorrow, you'll know better what you're doing.
To save us both a lot of useless arguing, I am not staying over. I have bought a ticket on the 10:10 stage to Denver, and nobody, including a person I love as much as I love you, Duchess, is going to stop me from getting away from here as fast as I can.
Well, I've tried my blamedest. You know your own mind. But as long as I have the buckboard outside, I might as well help you finish packing and drive you over to the stage depot.
Duchess, you're the nicest person I've ever met. If you don't mind folding them, there are 2 dresses hanging in the closet.
Sure, I'll do it.
What's the idea, Red? First you talked me into staying on here saying you had a special job for me. I don't mind watching cattle or even a remuda of horses, but being nursemaid to a stack of feed, well, any 2-year-old can do that.
Well, like I said, Perry, it may look like a cinch, but if my hunch is right, it sure isn't going to be. So if I were you, I'd keep my eyes peeled, my 6-iron handy, and be blamed sure it was fully loaded.
Whatever you say, Red. I signed on with you. You're the boss.
That's what I want to hear, Perry. Now step down off that pony of yours. If I am right, we're going to prove my hunch and a lot of other things tonight.
Get them oil cans down and douse the whole shebang. Mr. Ryder's so proud of that hay, maybe this will warm the cockles of his heart.
All right, that's enough. Now drop those things and start grabbing for the clouds. Now turn around so I can take your guns.
Well, it's the jelly bean.
Leave that where it is, Kilgore.
Kilgore, huh? You must have gotten your memory back. This afternoon, you didn't know me.
I know you now, you thieving crook. And I'm telling you to get out of here.
Come on, boys, let's get it over with.
I'm telling you for the last time, get out.
That's far enough. Now hold it, all of you. You don't believe in court orders, do you, Kilgore? Well, this time I got a witness, and you're all going away for a long rest. Now, each one of you loosen your gun belts and drop them one at a time. Watch them, Perry. You first. Get it. You next.
All right, Redhead. Throw that fancy pop gun of yours over your shoulder. They're so interested in that wagon of ours, we'll let them have it. We're gonna make tracks out of here, and I mean fast. Rod, you get their horses. We'll leave the wagon here. You 2 boys ride ours.
You all right, fella?
Those sidewinding buzzards. Let's get them, Red.
Turn that wagon around. Here, I'll get our guns. Cut this wagon loose.
Duchess, aren't you taking the wrong road? This isn't the way to the stage depot.
Don't you worry. I know what I'm doing. Get on behind the buckboard. Quick. I'm gonna see what those Ranahans are up to.
Careful, Duchess.
Gone you, Duchess. I thought I told you to keep out of this.
And I thought I told you to get down and talk to Kathy.
Gosh, all get out. The boy's got himself shot.
Little Beaver, pick up all their guns, and then run down to the wagon and fetch some rope, will you?
You fetch him, Red Ryder.
One thing, Perry. How come you didn't use your gun? You got more salt than an army mule wading into them with an unloaded gun?
Unloaded. And you knew it?
Yeah. Then that's why you backed down in town today.
Well, you see, Red, Kilgore's from the Black Hills, too. He recognized me. He knew I wouldn't shoot.
But why? Why wouldn't you shoot?
Well, you see, 3 years ago, I shot a man. Oh, it was in self-defense. Judge and jury said so. But ever since after that, I felt that a man who carried an unloaded gun couldn't shoot anybody.
And that's what you wanted to tell Kathy this afternoon when she wouldn't talk to you. Well, once we get her hogtied and eared down, there's one thing I'm sure of that she can give you for a wedding present. An apology that'll last you both for all of your lives together.
Well, Red, I guess it's the best man's turn.
Well, while Chief Stick in the Mud has a powwow with his conscience, get out of the way while the maid of honor gets her lips puckered up for the groom.
Well, Red, scared?
Mrs. Cochran, after seeing this husband of yours in action, You bet I am. More scared than a stray doggy in a snowstorm.
Somebody got to kiss Bride.
Estaré subiendo más contenido a este canal, pero deben de apoyarme. Suscríbanse en mi otro canal. Dejaré el link en la descripción.